You gotta know when to cling. Know when to climb.
Know when to walk away. Know when to run. Hello and welcome back to the Croak and Crow podcast. I am Spencer Cardia.
I am Hermie.
Hermes, like Hermes?
No, Hermie, the misfit elf.
The misfit elf. And this here is Frank, the misfit co-host. Looking...
Bow number
1, but bow style number
6.
7.
Oh, you like it?
What?
Bow number 1? Why'd you call it that?
Because the bow never changes.
Oh, yeah. Bow style number 6.
Bow style number 6. What's up, guys? How you been? It's Friday, and I am officially on house arrest.
Don't say that.
I am, which means I can only focus.
Oh, you are.
I am. I can only focus on one thing, which is you guys. Don't have the ankle monitor, but I have a wrist monitor. And I'm locked up. They can't let me out. It's actually worse than house arrest.
Well, we kind of gave them some foreshadowing.
Some foreshadowing.
A teaser the other day.
Yeah, when I said, I like to break the law.
No.
This is worse than house arrest. This is for a sleep study.
And if the University of Pennsylvania is listening, you're just joking.
No, I'm not.
It's great.
It's not. Science is great. The price to pay for science is not great. It is a sleep monitor, and so even the criminals in the law system in house arrest
have the freedom to sleep.
Have the freedom to sleep
or not sleep.
Sleep and not sleep. But I have to adhere to a strict sleep schedule.
Oh.
Go to bed. You know when we were a little kid and it's go to bed? Even kids, they can lie to their parents. It's like, I'm in bed and it's like, I'm sleeping.
Right.
Close your eyes when the parent comes down.
But you seem like you're not against sleep. So I'm surprised at this.
I'm against being told what to do.
Yeah.
They said, hey, lights out. 11, wake up again at 7.
They probably said, when do you sleep? And you said, 11 to 7. And then they were like, okay, do that. And now you're like, how dare you?
Well, you know.
How dare you to tell me what I already...
It's like it's a totally different thing. It's like,
I know.
Okay, what would you like to eat tonight? It's like, spaghetti. It's like, okay, you'll be eating spaghetti for the next 2 weeks. And it's like, well, wait. Like, you should at least let me think about it. What if I don't want spaghetti?
What are you trying to solve? Like what,
World hunger.
You and the other scientists.
World hunger.
Sleep through your hunger.
Yeah, no, they're trying to see what makes me so special, why I'm so charismatic, why I am a man amongst boys.
Mr. Cartier, what is the real objective?
It's learning about the brain.
Right, they're going to play sounds into your. Are you wearing earphones?
No, it's like sound waves.
Sound waves. So it's not even audio. It's more of the.
You can, it's to disrupt your sleep. I know. That's the worst part. I think that they did torture like this back in
to disrupt it?
Yeah.
I thought it was to enhance it.
No, I think back in the...
Oh my God, I don't want you to do it.
I think back in the day before the Geneva Convention, this was considered cruel and unusual.
I don't want you to do it.
You know what? I'm locked up. They can't let me out.
Well, I'm proud of you. Somebody in the far future will benefit from this and they'll say... isn't it Nobel Prize Day? I'm guessing you're going to
Nobel Prize Day.
You'll probably get one for.
I think I won't be recognized. It's like I'm the unnamed soldier.
Yeah,
I'm the unnamed.
Okay, so you won't be recognized.
No,
a big scientist will. He or she will get they will get the prize. Far in the future, you know how they make the movie about the person who really NASA.
I am Nikola Tesla to the Edisons.
No, but he never got recognized. You know, like there was a movie and it was It was the women in NASA, I think African-American women in NASA who actually, was it NASA?
That sounds right.
Yeah, right. But that you have to wait for that to happen because people try to not let you get your praise.
So if anyone goes to sleep between the hours of 11 and 8, I need someone to wear this for me come Friday and Saturday. The next 2 Fridays.
How do you know it's not actually a cheating, like a
a
dishonesty test?
Oh, that would be. Imagine if this had nothing to do with the sleep study.
Yeah.
And this was just so what time did you sleep?
Again, Modern Family, which I'm always referencing and you don't watch. They were at the dad and kids were at a college, I think going to do a study. And they convinced themselves that the waiting room was the study area, and they were like, whole thing. But
yeah, but
that's not Matrix. That's what's the other word? Not Invictus, not Invincible. What everyone says when you go in.
Inception.
Like the Land O'Lakes lady with the box of butter. She's on the box. She's on the box. She's on the box. She's on the box. She's on the box.
Whoa. It's like a paradox. A parabox. But yeah, so if for the next few podcasts you see me, one, either looking more refreshed, or two, going a little crazy.
Well, you won't go crazy because I have an Advent gift for you. But it looks like your wrist is occupied, so I don't know what will happen when I give you this.
I know. I can't remember my Apple Watch.
I'm Hermie, the Advent elf.
You're Hermie, the Advent elf, and I got a bubble pop bracelet. Oh, so is this for like those kids with the ADD?
Not just kids. People.
Oh, sorry. Adults have ADD too.
People who need fidget.
I'm not one of those people.
On hand. I know you're not.
I feel like you should have gotten this. Did you get this for yourself, and you want me to just like leave it here and then?
I don't think it's good enough for me. I need way more than that.
All right.
I need what was her name? Not Betsy Wetsy. What was her name? It was a doll, and on her you would have do the buttons, do the zippers, do the snaps, do the Velcro. I forget her name, but I need like I just to do those popping buttons. That's not enough for me. I need like more stuff. It might
okay.
not...
Who is this made for?
Why does it fit you?
No, I'm using it does barely. I'm using the tightest.
Well, we said that it's for children.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
I'm like I am past the furthest hole.
Really?
Do I have dainty?
I think.
Remember
last time you put on the little "I'm a Flower Girl" rubber
oh my
bracelet?
God. Do I have small wrists? Is that what the real study is? They're like, what if the study is on wrist size?
Oh, right.
And the watch does nothing, but they say, oh, okay. And
you do have it all the way on the last button.
It's really not good for a male self-esteem when you comment on their wrist size.
I was looking at the Fitbit.
It's even worse.
That's what I meant.
The medical grade Fitbit.
Are you doing it wrong? I doubt that people have this much trouble with a toy from Walgreens.
I don't know. Okay, here we go. It's just like not going in.
Do you need help? Here, I'll snap.
I'll snap oh, wait, I think I'm not going in the hole. Get in the hole! You know, like when, in golf when
of course.
It's like real quiet and they all start yelling, get in the hole.
Spencer, I don't know if you're doing it right because it should never be that hard.
No, I think this is all part of the study. Got it.
Okay. Now you can.
That is so unsatisfying.
It really is. That's why. I did not buy it for myself.
Okay. Well, now I look like I'm.
Why did you put it on a different hand?
I'm dripped out. Oh, you always have to go non-dominant.
I love it. It's very like 80s, like especially with your your jacket pulled up, your jacket pushed up.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what was the name of those jackets?
Yeah, I'm Spencer McFreshian.
I can't remember what those jackets were called.
All right. Anyway, guys.
Members only.
I don't know what that is.
You can look it up.
Anyway, guys. Holidays today is Nobel Peace Prize, as you said, and it is Human Rights Day. It's also Animal Rights Day. You would think they'd separate those.
Yeah.
So it's just like Rights Day.
Right.
Living things Rights Day.
Yes.
I wonder if when we get like AI robots, if they're going to make this AI Robots Day.
Does he have a Rights Day?
No, he has a Lefts Day. He should wear my wristwatch.
He doesn't have arms, and you keep bringing it up.
Well, you brought up my small wrists. At least
I didn't.
At least I have bigger wrists than Frank.
No, I didn't. You brought it up.
That's all that matters. It was another holiday that I wanted to discuss. And that is... Okay, well, Dewey Decimal System Day. I believe that's...
Library?
Library.
Mm-hmm.
Library. That grows on a live bush. And then finally, National Logger Day. You know what a logger is? He,
writes stuff down or types stuff. He logs on the computer.
No, he chops down trees.
No. I'm a Gen Z.
Logger. Lager.
Oh, logger.
Logger. Oh, I thought you were being facetious.
I was being funny because I thought you meant a lumberjack.
Oh,
and I was being a logger. But you were literally using the schwa of the A as, logger instead of lagger or something.
Lager. Do you know any notable loggers from...
Amstel.
No. Okay. From where we are, you'd think you would pick one.
Coors Light
from Colorado, from Denver, Colorado.
I'm going to say some kind of the oldest
American brewery.
Oh God, please give me one word. One word. Give me one
It's
letter.
Pennsylvania-based.
I know
local,
what it is. I
oldest
know.
American brewery.
The William Penn Beer Company. No, what is his first letter?
It predates Prohibition.
Pabst.
No.
Do you know Pabst?
Why?
Yingling.
Local brewery. I've wanted to go to, like, I have no interest in going to any kind of... Brewery. I remember I was going to Tennessee for
distillery.
Bonnaroo, and some of my friends were like, oh, let's go to the what was it? What's a whiskey that's popular?
Jack Daniels.
Let's go to the Jack Daniels. And I'm like, why? To see a bunch of... But I don't know. I the reason why I'm interested in the Yingling's brewery and brand is because it predates Prohibition, and I think that's so cool.
Do you think it's the same one?
Yeah, it's the same brewery. Well, no, I mean, I don't know if I'm looking at the same, like there's the same guy there, like still, but just like I feel like if you go to the, what is the whiskey again?
Jack Daniels.
If you go to the Jack Daniels, it's like you have to be a Jack Daniels fan.
Mm-hmm.
The Yingling, I feel like it's historical more
sure.
than it's like any kind of historic landmark.
Where's that? Far away?
Pottsville?
Pottsville. I know Pottstown.
No, I think it's Pottsville. I don't know.
You think they would sell something else there?
Pot?
Yeah. I'm a Gen
Nice.
Zer. We're bringing that word back.
Yeah, so house arrest, lager, human rights. That's all I got for you today.
Well, we have to hurry up because we're leaving.
Oh, well, yeah, we're going to a play. I gotta have some on Cinderella hours, though. I'm gonna run out and leave a shoe behind.
Oh, yeah.
And they're gonna say, Who's
Fitbit?
No, I wouldn't leave the watch behind.
Oh, how about the bracelet?
Yeah. Who's
teeny tiny bracelet?
That's not funny. He left a bracelet that would only fit one man in the kingdom. Yeah. The trying on is like, wow, no, your wrists are too big. Mm-hmm. There's some manly wrists you have. And finally,
it was never too small. It was just always too big.
And then you know how in Cinderella, like the two sisters, stepsisters, are like trying to squeeze in.
Yeah.
My two brothers. They're trying to like pull it real hard, losing circulation. Like, no, look, princess, it fits. And then icon, and it's like, well, you can try my wrist.
Fits perfectly.
It's like, oh my god, his little baby wrists, they fit him.
Oh,
why
are you saying the story? Because
we're going to a play today. Hooray! It is a biblical play.
I'm so happy and excited and anticipatory. And
it is about the story of Esther. Now, can you enlighten us just very briefly of what the story of Esther is?
I think she saved her people by seducing the king. Am I on a wrong story? Remember that story, the Bible story? We're going to find out.
I always confuse Ruth and Esther.
Was that Ruth?
No, Ruth I think was more, but no, I think you're right. I think Esther, there was the women who they had a name, and they all learned how to do weird things. Like, no, I'm saying like it was like perfume. I think was like a big part. Yeah. They had they all were.
You know what that reminds me of? The those Japanese women,
geisha
girls, which are it's so hard to be one. It's the way they pour the tea, the way they
look at they have
move their hands.
They have a whole scene that in Mulan.
Oh, really?
That's the beginning scene where like she doesn't do good at like pouring tea.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I do remember now.
Is like the cockroach, not cockroach. So you're grasshopper. Cockroach.
My friend the cockroach.
But yeah, I think that's the story. And then she is able to seduce him.
She uses her powers for good.
And then
she uses her powers for more people than herself.
Yes, very altruistic.
Yes,
learned that word not too long ago.
Yeah, because just yesterday I was rereading the story in the Bible of the beheading of John the Baptist, and in that story, the king's girlfriend, daughter, danced for the people, his party, his whole thing, all his friends and everybody. She did such a wonderful job. He said, I'll give you anything you want, up to half of my whole entire kingdom.
And it was the mom who told her.
She ran to her mom.
And the mom said, the head of John
because John the Baptist kept telling the king to break up with her.
Never get in between a man and his girlfriend.
Yeah, that was her money source.
You might end up with your head off.
The reason I bring it up is because Esther as well was offered anything you want. Anything you want personally, right? And instead she
let my people
I could
go.
be wrong, and we'll find out tonight.
You know what?
So
we
happy.
might have a whole different conversation come Wednesday.
It is the Light and Sounds Theater in Lancaster, which
And
is
I
really
hear
famous. It does one production a year of a Bible story.
and I hear there might be a little cameo of a real life camel.
No, really?
I don't know. Did I make that up?
I don't know either. I never went.
Well, we don't know what we're walking into, and that's what's fun about it. But just know we'll be back by 11 o'clock. But yeah. Anyway, guys, it's Friday, so I'm sure everyone's doing something fun tonight. I went to a place called Tinsel yesterday. Talking about Christmas.
Yeah, I was going to bring that can.
I went to a Sixers game as well.
Did they win?
Did they win? No, they lost pretty bad. But we had really
Bad? I thought it was close.
No, lost by 20.
Really?
Kind of got spanked. But we had really nice tickets. It was a Christmas gift of sorts, and that I was giving. And I went with my sister. Really nice tickets. Got it for a good deal. And we were sitting in a section that we were with like some of the players' family and friends. Ooh. And definitely felt a little out of place. I was glad I was wearing my Blundstone boots. That made me feel like I fit in a little more. Which were also
hot shot.
Which were also
was it Mr. Big Shot?
Mr. Big Shot and your fancy boots. Made me fit in. Like anytime like I saw people with like really expensive jewelry, I would just like cross my leg.
Well, I have on these boots.
Yeah, but those are also a Christmas present, so I'm just living a lie.
Yeah. And your sister's having a great run up to her birthday because Sixers last night and now the theater tonight.
Yeah. But then anyway, afterwards we went to Tinsel. It is a Philadelphia bar, a city bar that is only open for a couple months, and they have fully decked out and themed
every year.
Around late September they start a Halloween one.
Oh.
And then after Halloween it switches to Christmas.
Okay.
And yeah, good and jolly. Nice little novelty thing. If you're ever around, don't check it out.
Don't say that.
No, I'm just kidding. Check it out, and then I'll come to my house, and we can hang out, because I can't leave the house for the next 2 weeks.
You act like it's the next 2 years. I mean...
That's what it feels like.
Well, you picked a weird time to do it. Why didn't you do it in not holiday season? You have no say.
No, because I'm trying to tell myself that it's not that bad.
Okay. And
you saying that, like, is just reinforced, like...
It's December 10th. You have 2 weeks.
You know, like when you're trying. You know, this might be a pretty extreme example, but do you know in kids who grow up in like troubled homes?
Yeah,
this is gonna be an awful example.
Okay, but I'm ready.
No, do you know like when teachers say the worst thing is sending kids home on the weekend? Yeah, because it's like they unlearn a lot of the things.
You slide down. Yeah.
Yeah. That's like, I am the child. And the good side of me is the teacher. And so there's a lot of people in my own head saying, it's Christmas season. Oh. You're missing out on a lot. 11 o'clock. You haven't done Christmas stuff since 2019. Right. And I'm telling myself, it doesn't matter. I should be working on my sleep schedule. And then I'm home for the weekend. And you're like, great time to pick it there, sport.
No, I think you're doing a great thing for
science.
Humanity.
When I'm long gone, people are going to look at my test results. Yeah. Anyway, let's start talking about something before I start crying.
Don't cry. The other day I was we're croak and crow. Maybe I get it. I have a thing, or I get attracted to things that are because I thought of the words cling, and climb,
cling,
cling and climb. I said, are these words in the Bible?
You should have named your twins that.
Cling and climb.
This is cling, this is climb.
And I know exactly who would be who. Yeah. And so I went to something that I haven't mentioned ever. It's called Bible Gateway.
Bible Gateway? Wow.
You can find it on the internet.
Sounds like quite the place.
And on Bible Gateway, I typed in the word cling, New International Version, and same thing with climb. And there were lots of entries for cling and climb. And so sometimes I do that, not that in particular, but just look up a word because I haven't done what you did, which start the Bible from the beginning and read it to the end. And I didn't. Of course, there's stories that you know. We already know them.
Esther.
Once you forget. So when I pick a word and just look it up. It takes me to places that I never knew.
A whole new world.
But just the thought of cling and climb, I thought I would ask you if you have any thoughts about it as a life philosophy.
Well, I'm glad you brought this to my attention because I do.
Oh, good.
I just watched a show last night, a movie, a documentary on Netflix. What's it called? I wish I could tell you. I think it was called maybe 14 Peaks. Let's say that.
All right.
Where this man from Nepal went to the 14 mountains of the world that are above 8,000 meters.
Oh, wow.
And he wanted to climb them all. Last person to do it, I believe it took him like 10 years.
Is he American?
The last person?
No, the person that...
The person from Nepal, are they American?
I didn't know they were from... I thought they went to Nepal.
No, they're from Nepal.
So there's a Nepalese... is it a man?
Yes.
And he wants to climb 14 peaks.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, but so the last person who did it, I think was German, did it in like 10 years.
Okay.
This guy wanted to do it in 7 months.
7 months?
7 months.
That's
and
2 a month.
Just to,
I know my math.
Just to give you a reference of what like an 8,000 meter mountain is Mount Everest was like one of them.
No.
It was those like the K2.
How? Every 2 weeks?
Yeah. Well, because you can imagine, it's actually really. I recommend everyone watches it. It's really interesting, not only in the sense of the feat, but also a lot of what he was doing was for the Nepalese people, and he even at the very end when he spoiler alerts, he successfully did it. But he was saying like if any Westerner did this, it'd get so much more attention.
Oh, wow!
And he was like, but what is interesting, what I'm going to say is, the Nepalese people I don't think get enough credit for, if you think of all the actual Sherpas. The Sherpas, and it shows a portion of that when they're at Mount Everest. And it's like, you should have seen like the people, Mount Everest, it's like, there's like 1,000 people going up and down. It's like, it's just like a train of people. But every day, the Sherpas, they go up first and they put the ropes out, the ladders, and it's like, they don't get any recognition. So a lot of it, what he was doing for that. But anyway, it's a documentary of him him climbing with his 4 Nepalese buddies, these 14 mountains. All of this is, I'm saying because a lot of times you hear me use the mountain as a analogy for life and your spiritual journey, climbing this mountain, and in the documentary, you see a lot of climbing and you see a lot of clinging.
Okay.
And they're great climbers, but there would be times where like huge snowstorm would blow in,
right,
and they'd like need to hunker down to not fall off the mountain their untimely deaths, which was very possible.
Right.
But that the interesting thing I think is, where is that level? Because there was one, I believe they were climbing K2, which is a very popular mountain, also a very dangerous mountain. And when he gets to the first base camp, everyone at the base camp was like, they tried to go up, but there was a bunch of avalanches. Okay. And so they came back down, like, we're not going back up. No. We're not going back up. And he was like, trying to hype them up. He's like, we can do this. Let's do this. A lot of them didn't go. And they went and they successfully did it. But my point is, they're like,
they wanted to cling to the base camp at a time where he said it's time to climb.
Yes, but also it's, where was the line? Like, was he being risky climbing?
Right.
Like, what? Obviously, it paid off, but when should you be able to push yourself? Now, let's give some real world context of what the clinging and climbing would be. We need to be very careful, I think, with ourselves. Because life is hard and it throws many curveballs at us. And when you tell people just keep climbing, it's sort of a way too simplified version of what's actually going on. Mm-hmm. Like sometimes even in my rock climbing, it's like, it's very easy to look at a wall and say, just climb to the top. And that's a metaphor for life.
Right.
If I get up and, my arms start getting tired and stuff, if I keep trying to climb, I'm going to fall off.
Okay.
Like there is a certain understanding yourself and not going back down. No one's saying that, but
Right.
to hold on and you are where you're at and let some certain things pass.
Right.
You know, let yourself get a breather. And I think it goes to what we always say about, like, don't push away earthly things too much. Like trying to completely, I'm 100%, I'm 100%. And it's like,
Right.
you're going to burn yourself out. Like, there's nothing wrong with stopping for a minute,
Right.
catching your breath, waiting for a storm to pass, whether that be emotional, situational,
Right.
mental,
Yeah.
and hunkering down, worrying about yourself, because like that's like what a lot of people on these mountains were doing, which was, am I going to die? And then what was the point? Like, I can try it again later.
Right.
But then, same token, I'm playing all the sides here. It's also very easy to get too attached to the cling.
Yeah.
And be afraid to climb, especially if something bad happens.
Right.
These people at K2, they'd seen an avalanche. So like, I know this mountain has the potential of killing us.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, you are not even wrong for not wanting to climb it. But one of the women who was there, it was her 4th time trying to summit it.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was only when he came and said, we're doing this. Like, and she was like, at that point, she was like, I knew I'm going to regret this for the rest of my life if I don't do it. And so this was all a long, drawn-out conclusion of, I don't have...
It wasn't drawn out.
I don't have an answer of when to climb, but...
No, but you did. I just... Hold your position. Isn't that a military term?
Hold your position! Bop, bop, bop. Yeah.
Like, they're moving, and then it's like, everybody stop. I need to see what's going on, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or if... Same thing. If people want to retreat, you're saying hold your position. Like, this is the line.
Okay. No, I know you didn't tell everybody in the whole entire world when to cling and when to climb, but what I got from what you were saying was, you know, in the Bible, there's that Bible verse. There's a time for summer and the time for winter. That's not it, but you know what I'm saying.
Yes.
It's time to plant,
time to mourn, and there's time to laugh.
Well, I'm guessing there's a time to cling and a time to climb, and you don't want to stay in one or the other.
Yeah.
Thinking you're doing the right thing. It has to be a mixture.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and that's the thing about it. And I think with like what you learned from like what I learned from like K2 is fear is a big part of clinging and climbing.
Yes.
And there's this is with spirituality as well. Like, you have to be mindful of the difference of like fear and rationality. And it's not good to be irrational. All right, like irrationality or not even irrationality, like, because there's a chance that anything bad can happen.
Right.
But it's very easy for us in our lives to let fear dictate our choices.
Yes.
The safest part of a mountain is where?
I don't know.
And I'll tell you where. It's at the very bottom. You don't climb the mountain.
Okay.
And so, if you don't want to live a life where... Don't do what I did.
Do it.
You don't want to live a life fear-based, because that is, you'll always be right. If every day you're saying one day I'll die, the problem with that is one day you're going to be right, and you live your life now thinking that. But with that said, it's good to push yourself. It's good to strive to climb the mountain. Be rational about it.
Right.
Understand that. And I understand that clinging is part of climbing.
Okay.
And that's okay.
Yeah, because we had a rest podcast, I think.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was taking away the, if you had guilt about resting, you know.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like the Nepalese men weren't saying, we're going to climb, nothing's going to stop us. There was a big storm, and they put up tents, and they held onto the mountain.
Right.
And waited it out. They didn't say, we're going to go back down and not do it. Oh, we can't go up. What if we get bad weather? It's like, there will be. I can guarantee there is going to be some bad weather on the mountain. And when there is, you cling on, you hold on.
Cling on. Isn't that from
Star Trek?
Star Trek. Okay. I always mix them up. I don't like either one.
But
Klingons.
That's my thoughts.
I like it. know when to cling. You gotta know when to cling.
Know when to climb. Know when to walk away. Know when to run. We use that song a lot, I feel like.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kenny Rogers.
Thanks, Kenny Rogers. But yeah, let us know what you think down in the comments. If you have, maybe give us a little situation of when's a good time to cling and when's a good time to climb. But we'll be back next week. I won't be going out this weekend. House arrest. So send me some Netflix recommendations, I guess. Oh wait, no, that's the worst part. I can't even. It's not even like I have more free time.
You have to go to sleep.
I have to go to sleep. Send me a morning routine to do at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll talk to you. We'll let you know how the play went as well. Peace. Hit that like button and then hit the unlike to cancel it out.
Your advice is not what I agree to.
Peace.